Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you guys are able to listen me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know, guys. If there is any issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Okay, from here I'm able to see everything is working absolutely perfect. I don't think so there is any kind of issues right over here, right? Okay, great guys, awesome. So let's do a quick recap about yesterday's class if that's not a problem. So could you guys let me know what have we studied in our yesterday's class? Could you guys let me know what have we studied in our yesterday's class? A quick revision, guys. A quick revision. Just a quick revision, guys. What have we studied in our yesterday's class? If that's problem, guys, please let me know. If that's not a big problem, okay, please let me know, guys. We learned how to create an S3 bucket. Good. We learned about how to put our HTML code, our website code, a static website code into the S3 bucket. We learned how to make the S3 bucket public, the items present in the S3 bucket public. Now, one thing that we forgot to learn about yesterday is that there's a very big problem that we forgot in our yesterday's class. Money. Okay, let's just recap it once again, guys. So one of the biggest challenges with Amazon or AWS in general or any type of cloud computing service is that money. You take up a particular thing, you put up S3 bucket online, you leave it running. You put up an EC2 instance, you leave it running. You put up a Amazon SageMaker, you keep it running itself. Your bill will start increasing. Although yes, you are having a free tier eligibility itself, but you only have a limited amount of free tier that is available. And every single time you want to create a new project or go further with something new, your amount of GBs used in the S3 bucket, the type of instance that you are using, how many minutes were available to you starts increasing rapidly. So one of the main problems that you need to identify right now is how to deal with this, how to make sure that we aren't getting charged anything itself, right? We have to make sure of that, because if we get charged, then we don't want that. We don't want to pay anything to AWS. So due to that reason itself, in today's class, first we'll learn what to do after we have completed a project. So yesterday we did a project, right? We created a particular S3 bucket. We put up our portfolio website inside of that. We changed some of the things inside of the portfolio website, updated it inside of our S3 bucket. We did all of that yesterday. But how to delete it? How to make sure that that S3 bucket is not costing us in the future itself? So that is something that we'll be looking in our today's class, guys. The second particular thing that we'll be looking at is how can we use artificial intelligence on our, like how to integrate it with AWS. How can we put artificial intelligence on the cloud itself? And yesterday I told you guys, right? Just an S3 bucket out on the AWS account itself is not sufficient. It needs to be integrated with other AWS services as well. There are so many AWS services. We need to learn how to integrate them with each other. So that is also something that we'll be looking in our today's class. These are the 2 pointers, guys, that we are going to make sure that you guys are able to understand, because from a perspective of cloud computing, it is very important for us as well, of course. So that is going to be our priority in today's class, guys. Will that be fine, guys? Please let me know. Is that fine, guys? Please let me know. And then after that, we'll be going towards our EC2 instance as well. That is our final project that we'll be looking out in the future, wherein we are having a front end as well as a back end that we are able to put up on Amazon. Okay, so that is going to be our final project itself, guys. So today our aim is, yesterday we learned a little bit about front end and AWS. Today our aim is AI, AWS, and how to integrate different services of AWS. And then we will be having our aim of EC2 instance and backend web development itself, guys. And finally, I will be teaching you guys how to create your AWS account at the very last day, guys, wherein I will be teaching you guys how to create an AWS account without a credit card or a debit card as well. So if you don't have a credit or debit card, you will be able to create an AWS account as well, guys. So all these different things we will be learning from the day 4th itself. Today's aim, are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know. Okay, so let us start with how to delete our S3 bucket itself. That is the first thing that we'll be doing today. Okay, how to delete our S3 bucket itself, guys. So let me just share my screen once. Give me a second, guys. Let me just share my screen once. Otherwise, again, like every single day, I will again forget to share my screen, and then I will start teaching, and you guys will be like, "Sir, you forgot to share your screen once again." Okay, so let me just open the share screen itself. Share screen, window, StreamYard, share. Okay. I hope so. Everybody is able to share the able to see the screen, guys. Please let me know. I hope so. Everybody is able to see this screen itself, guys. Please let me know. Great, awesome. So I'll just open up AWS itself, guys. I'll just open up AWS right now. I'll go directly into S3. I will go into my own account itself. Sign into the console. So I'll sign into my console itself right over here, guys. Next, next. So over the next few days, guys, I'm going to travel a lot itself. So if I'm going to be in Mumbai for almost from 13th to 17th, and then I'm going to be in Delhi for 17th to 23rd itself. And so if somebody is there and they want to catch up or something, I'm freely available at that point of time. We can definitely plan out something if you guys are interested in something like that. Okay. So right over here, guys, as you're able to see, this is my console. Okay, I'll just zoom into the console a little bit, and everything is visible to you guys. And right over here, inside of Shaurya, I'm going to go into service quotas, guys, just to check up if everything is proper or not. Okay. So these are all the quotas that are available for free for me. Okay, if you ever want to go here and check up everything, you guys can definitely do that. This is something that I usually do to check up if everything is working fine or not. Okay, so right now, guys, our first priority is how to remove the S3 bucket, guys. We don't want it to be built to us, right? We don't want it to be built to us, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into services. I'm going to search for S3 bucket itself, guys. We're going to search for S3 bucket as you're able to see right over here. And as you're able to see right over here, guys, this is the S3 bucket that we created yesterday. Are you guys able to see this? This is the S3 bucket that we created yesterday, guys. Demo CC DevTown. Are you guys able to see this? Demo CC DevTown. Yes. So our aim is to delete the bucket itself, guys. So for deleting a bucket, for example, you are having a bucket in your hands, guys. It is full of water. What is the first thing that you do? Do you destroy the bucket right over there itself, or first you empty the water out of it? Let me know, guys. What should be the step that we should be following? We have a bucket of water. Should we directly destroy that bucket itself, or first we should empty the water out of it and then destroy it itself, guys? First, we need to empty the water, right? In a similar manner itself, this demo CC DevTown bucket right now contains our website inside of it. First, we need to empty it, guys. We need to completely empty it. All the objects present inside of this bucket should be deleted. So first, we are going to select this particular bucket, guys. Then we'll click on empty. This will empty the entire bucket, guys. To delete it, you just have to type right over here, permanently delete. So permanently delete. And then we are going to empty the entire bucket. So as you're able to see right over here, it is showing successfully emptied bucket demo CC DevTown. I have emptied the water out of the bucket itself, guys. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to select the same bucket that we just emptied right now, and then we are going to click on delete. Then we are going to click on delete, guys, right over here. So we just need to put in the name of the bucket, that is demo CC DevTown. That's the name of the bucket, guys. And we are going to click on delete bucket, guys. This will delete the entire bucket for us. As you're able to see, this will delete the entire bucket for us. As you're able to see, there is no bucket named as demo CC DevTown right now. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. There's no bucket named as demo CC DevTown right now for us. Very simple, very easy. But even though it is so easy, it is a very, very, very essential part of like learning AWS, because once the work has been done, you don't want that bucket to exist. You don't want that bucket to take up space. You don't want that bucket or any type of instance that you're creating on AWS to run at any particular point of time, because that will start billing you at a later point of time. So it's always the best practice that whenever you are done with a certain service of AWS, delete it. Are you guys able to understand this? Please remember this, guys. Whenever you are learning AWS, make sure that you guys are deleting it at a later point of time. Otherwise, it is going to cost you a lot. And we don't want that, right? We don't want it to cost us at any particular point of time. So always remember this, guys. The second particular thing that we will do is, first, let us try to understand what is artificial intelligence. Okay. Many of you guys, so tell me, guys, what do you understand? See, like I said, on the very first day as well, we are here to learn. It is fine if the answer is wrong. We are here, we need to put our own perspectives, we need to learn something, and that will change our perspective at a later point of time. Never think about it in such a way that if I'm saying a wrong answer, it means that, oh, there is a lot of different problems with me. Nah, it is good. When you're saying the wrong answer, you're learning the right thing after it. It is fine to put up a wrong answer as well, guys. Never worry about that. With me, at least, never worry about it. So, guys, please let me know, what do you think is the meaning of the term AI or artificial intelligence? What do you understand by this term AI or artificial intelligence itself? Please let me know. So we have got our very first answer right over here. Okay, the ability of machines to solve problems based on previous data. Okay, training a program to find solutions without human intervention. Okay, it's a technology which recreates human intelligence. Machines are created using human intelligence. Language trained models. It went very specific itself. Making machines work like humans. Good. Ability to solve problems by machine. Natural language processing. Okay, AI is very quick to get answers or solutions to our problems. Think and act rationally and humanely. AI worked on behalf of humans. For example, I want to make a resume through ChatGPT, automatically creates us without any human help. Simulation of human intelligence. Machines think like human, simulating human intelligence, so on and so forth. So almost every single answer that I'm able to see right over here is recreating human intelligence, right? Almost every single answer that I'm able to see right over here is that recreating human intelligence. Some of the answers were very specific. For example, a machine learning model that is able, computer that is able to learn from data. A very specific answer right over here itself. But most of you guys have that perception that AI is something that basically is made to mimic human intelligence itself. Now, please try to understand this, guys. This is a very important thing to understand, that this was actually the definition. It's absolutely correct, guys. It is absolutely correct that this was the definition of AI, to mimic some, to create something that is intelligent just like humans itself. But this is a definition from 1950s. This is a definition from 1950s. The definition that you're saying to me is 73 years old. 73 years old itself. At that point of time, the idea of creating something that was just like humans, that had the intelligence just like humans itself, but was artificially created, was at the peak at that point of time. Everybody was invested into the research of creating something that was artificial but yet intelligent. And that is where the term artificial intelligence came into being. But with time, we have been able to understand that AI is nothing else but just mathematics at the back end. AI is nothing else but just probability, statistics, mathematics, which uses various different fields of study, from neurology itself to game theory, economic tricks, to produce some results that you might say tries to mimic human intelligence, but it is all just a probabilistic game for it. That's it. For example, you guys might have heard about Chat GPT, right? You guys might have heard about Chat GPT right now. What is Chat GPT at the end of the day? So its origin is accumulated to a particular thing called as deep learning itself. Now, many of these terms you might have heard about, like deep learning, machine learning, artificial intelligence. Many of you guys might even be studying a field called as data science and artificial intelligence and machine learning. Please try to understand this. Never use such terms. When you are saying this, me, especially if you are going to into an interview, and if I'm asking you what is your domain topic of choice or what you are currently studying, do not say artificial intelligence and machine learning, guys. It makes no sense. It is just the equivalent of me saying to you that I'm currently learning mathematics and addition, guys. Does that make any sense to you guys? Please let me know. Does that make any sense to you guys that I'm learning mathematics and addition? Does that make any sense to you? It makes no sense, right? It is basically nonsense that I'm speaking. I'm studying mathematics and addition. You say something like that to you itself, you will immediately be able to understand that he has no idea what is mathematics. He has no idea what is addition as well. In a similar manner, when you say AI and ML or data science and AI itself, it makes no sense. So there is a branch of science called as data science itself, under which one of the tools that you use for understanding data, that is data science, one of the tools that you use is artificial intelligence. And one of the subparts of artificial intelligence is machine learning. And one of the subparts of machine learning is deep learning. Now, here, all these terms, that is artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, are nothing else but just algorithms. They are just algorithms itself. That's it. They are nothing else but just algorithms itself. Now, if you implement it in a certain project, for example, you are implementing it for like analyzing pictures and telling you whether it's a cat or a dog itself, that's a computer vision application of artificial intelligence. So computer vision is an application of artificial intelligence itself, where you are able to give a computer the ability to understand images of vision itself, giving the ability to understand surroundings. That is called as computer vision. In a similar manner, using AI algorithms, if you are creating some like project that is able to understand language, for example, Siri, okay, Google itself, then you are having all these different kinds of text to English to Hindi translator, Hindi to English translator itself. All that is basically in the domain of natural language processing. So all these terms at some particular point of time, guys, you need to come out of it. That I'm learning machine learning. It makes no sense learning machine learning. Can you solve all the mathematical problems just by learning addition? It is just impractical to think that I don't know numbers, I don't know like integration, I don't know differentiation, I don't know division, subtraction, multiplication, I just know addition. I will be able to solve all the questions related to mathematics. It makes no sense. So you need to understand some of the basic concepts of AI in the future itself. Of course, this bootcamp is not for that, but in the future, we will be having bootcamps related to deep learning, machine learning, computer vision, natural language processing, data science, artificial intelligence, and many more itself, guys. So if you guys are participating, that some of your concepts will get cleared. Now, coming back to the topic, what is ChatGPT? I wanted you guys to understand this because you coming to this particular bootcamp, learning with me, I want my students to be aware. I don't want them to go out in the world and then pretend to be dumb like AI is something that they are not able to understand. I want to make sure that every single student who is learning with me, they are able to understand the crux of a topic a little bit as well. So chat GPT is based off a particular thought process that is called as deep learning. One of the subparts of machine learning itself. It's an algorithm that was created back in 1960s, 1970s itself, that basically thought, like I said, at that point of time, artificial intelligence was creating like a human like mimicking the human intelligence. Now, what do you think makes a human intelligent, guys? Please let me know. What do you think that like makes the human intelligent? Can somebody let me know? What do you think makes a human intelligent, guys? Please let me know. Brain, right? Brain is what makes us intelligent. So what they thought was brain is made up of neurons. At the end of the day, brain is made up of neurons itself. So the scientists at that point of time thought that can we recreate a neuron artificially itself, and they did that mathematically. They created a model itself that was able to mimic the basic functionality of a neuron itself, and that they named as artificial neurons itself, artificial neurons or perceptrons. That was the basic definition of that. And then a network, because in your brain there's not one particular brain cell, right? In your brain there was not a particular just one particular brain cell. There are billions of neurons itself in your brain connected to each other itself. So that network of neurons, artificial neurons, they tried to create, and that was called as neural networks, the foundation of deep learning itself. Now, because in 1970s there was not a lot of computation that was there, guys. What do I mean by computation? These the fastest, the best supercomputers, the best quality, the most powerful computer in the entire world is called as a supercomputer. The supercomputer in back in 1970s was less powerful than your average mobile phones right now. The best supercomputer in the entire world back in 1970s was less powerful than your average mobile phone in today's world itself, guys. So due to that reason, because computation wasn't available, the research got halted. The research on deep learning got halted right over there. In 2000s itself, the all your computers, all your phones, everything started becoming a little bit more powerful, started becoming a little bit more powerful in nature. And that is when the research on deep learning again started. It was first like multiple things were introduced. First, the transformer methodology was introduced itself. Then you came to your generative adversarial networks. So your current chat GPT is based on generative language plus long language model. These are the two things that basically come together to create chat GPT itself, guys. Now, these two terms might sound very, very, very drastic and very big for you guys, but it is a very simple concept itself. If you are able to understand this, you will be able to understand the crux on how actually ChatGPT works, and it is not something that is a black box for you guys anymore. Okay, two words, guys: generative models, okay, and large language models itself, LLMs, and generative models, GMs. Okay, these are the two words that you need to understand. Let us try it. So Ivan, I think so Ivan was the name of that person who created generative adversarial networks, that is also called as GANs. He's a very he actually created generative models when he was actually sitting at a bar in UK. So his story of creating GANs is also very sexy. I literally love it. So how does this work? Have you guys seen Fuzzy, guys? Have you guys seen Fuzzy at any particular point of time? Please let me know. Have you guys seen Fuzzy, one of the TV series that was released of Shahid Kapoor a few months back itself? Have you guys seen Fuzzy, guys? For those guys who have not seen Fuzzy, I will just give you a premise for that TV series itself. There is a thief. Okay, there is a thief that is hell bent on creating fake notes. Okay, your currency notes that are there, he's hell bent on creating a fake note itself. And there is a police who is in charge of catching this thief, basically identifying if that note is fake or real. That is the job of the police itself. So there is a particular person who is generating notes, who is creating fake notes itself, and there is an adversarial network, that is a police, who is trying to identify if that note is fake or real. If that note is fake or real itself. This is what your GANs also is made up of. So the thief, his aim is to generate fake notes that should be able to cross the police and enter into the market itself. The police should not be able to identify if that note is real or fake. That is the duty of the generator, of the thief itself. He should be able to create a note. He is successful only if the police is not able to catch him. The job of the police is to research as much as possible, to learn as much as possible, so that he is able to catch the note of the thief. So that his job is to catch the note of the thief itself. Both are learning. One is learning how to create a fake note. The other one is learning how to catch a fake note itself. Both are learning at the same time. So that knowledge is increasing with time itself. So with time, it becomes much more harder for the thief. Even here, if he has made a very good note itself, it becomes very hard for the thief to cross the police, because the police is also increasing its knowledge. It's also increasing how to catch even better notes itself. Both are going on simultaneously. But at one particular point of time, the thief will create such a note, such an amazing note, that it is indistinguishable for the police to identify. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. At certain point of time, the thief will create such a note itself that it is impossible for the police to identify it. It is so close to the real itself. And that is the concept of generative networks. There are two networks right over there. One basically tries to create something that the other network is not able to catch, and whatever the other network is not able to catch, whatever police is not able to catch, that result is what is shown to you. That result is what is shown to you. So if the AI is not able to catch it, you are also like, wow, wow, this looks so good, this looks amazing. This is the concept of most of these generative networks, whether it be chat GPT, wherein it is basically creating a prompt, it is creating a text itself, that the AI, the next police, is not able to identify whether it has been written by a human or it has been written by a machine itself. That is what chat GPT is basically based off. That is the concept of generative networks itself. Now let us come to the second topic, that is large language models. Now if I present you the how does chat GPT know what to write right over there, right? So it has been trained on a lot of data, lot of text, understanding how humans write, how humans do stuff itself. It has learned a lot from right over there using data, Reddit data, internet data, everywhere. The data comes from the internet. It learns, okay, this, okay. So, for example, if I written Shaurya itself, the AI will learn from all the existence of Shaurya that what should be the second word. It will predict what is the probability that the second word, what should be the second word itself. For example, it goes through all the data and is able to understand that after Shaurya, the right word should be Sinha. After Shaurya, the right word should be Sinha itself. So Shaurya Sinha should be the complete word. Now, after Shaurya Sinha, what should be the next word itself? After Shaurya Sinha, what should be the next word? Again, it is understanding all the data that existed on the internet to figure out that, okay, after Shaurya Sinha, the next word should be something like this. That is the reason why many a times when you are checking something on chat GPT, it might give you a wrong answer as well, because it is not having the knowledge of the topic. It just went on the internet, it just found out that, okay, these are the different combinations of words, what should be the probabilistic answer after this. Then the answer that it generates, that is sent to the police, that, okay, police, check it up if this is something that has been written by me or a human. The police is able to identify that, yes, this has been written by a human itself, and that is the answer that is shown to you by a chat GPT. Are you guys able to understand this entire process of chat GPT, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this process of chat GPT, guys? Please let me know. Yeah, think about it as auto completion itself in one particular way, but done via AI. So that is very powerful itself. So try to understand this, guys. It is not something that is very smart. It is not something that is like, wow, I'm not able to understand it. This is AI. AI is alive itself. It is not alive. It is a game of setting up things that it is able to mimic human intelligence. It is not exactly intelligent itself. So that is the reason why many times students are like, sir, will chat GPT be able to replace me? Will I get no jobs as a programmer itself? See, if you thought that you were going to get a job just by learning a programming language, if that is what you thought, that I will learn a programming language, I will learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, I'll get a job itself, then I can train a chimpanzee. I can literally train a chimpanzee to learn coding better than you. If that is what you thought, leave alone an AI. I can train an animal to do that better than you. So that kind of person was never going to get any jobs. I don't know who told you that guys, that learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, one programming language, doing 2-3 projects is going to get you any jobs. That is not going to happen. So if you are not learning topics like cloud computing, you're not learning how to integrate it with AI, you are integrating it with, why am I doing this? I could have just shown you, okay, this is an S3 bucket, this is what you do, next move on to the next service. But that is not something that you want to do. You want to actually explore it. Okay, actually go into the topic itself, guys. That is your main aim. So keeping that in mind, guys, let's start the today's class of Amazon SageMaker itself. Okay, so I hope that everybody is able to see my screen clearly. And let's get started with Amazon SageMaker. So SAGE Sage. As you're able to see, we are just opening up Amazon SageMaker itself. And once we open up Amazon SageMaker, we are able to see right over here, there will be some details about it as well. So how does SageMaker work, all these kind of things, blah, 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 blah. It is basically built for doing machine learning on the cloud. Okay. basically built to do machine learning on the cloud itself, guys. And that is all what we are here for as well, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to create a SageMaker right now. Okay, it is very simple, very easy, guys. Do not worry about it. Just focus upon the steps that I'm following right over here. Okay, how to create an AWS account, I'll be letting you guys know on the last day because it's a complicated process. I don't want to fill an entire day just by teaching you guys how to create an account. So on the last day itself, I'll be teaching because people are from various different countries, not just from India. So I'll have to provide a solution for international students as well as a solution for national students as well. So both the data compilation have already started. For Indian students, it's very simple. For foreigners, I needed to create another thing. So on the last day of our bootcamp, I'll be letting you guys know that without a credit or a debit card, how you can create your very own AWS account as well. So you don't have to worry about it. I am there for you. Okay, let's now focus upon SageMaker itself. So right over here, guys, we'll click on Get Started itself. And once we get started right over here, there are a lot of different things that are there, guys. We want to select SageMaker itself. Okay, to create a notebook instance. So let us see where we can create a notebook instance itself, guys. To studio, canvas, tensor board, blah blah blah, notebook instance. Where is notebook instance? Let us search for it itself right over here. SageMaker notebook instance. It's going to create a domain. We don't want a domain. We want a SageMaker itself. Blah, 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 blah. Getting started. Studio, lab, canvas. So I think so. They have replaced it with setting up a domain itself. No issues in that. We will do a domain itself. Then we don't have a particular option right over there. Okay, so we'll go into Amazon SageMaker itself, guys. We'll go into Amazon SageMaker and then click on Get Started itself. As you're able to see, there are tutorials and documentations and everything that you guys can follow along with the same. But for us, we are directly going to go into our Get Started button. From here, we'll set up a SageMaker domain itself. We'll set up a SageMaker domain. Quick setup, blah, 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 blah. We'll go with the quick setup itself. We don't have an option right over there. Okay, domain name. We'll use a domain name itself. So demo CC SageMaker. That is the name of the domain that I'm creating right over here, guys. And then we'll be clicking on submit right over here. I think so that should be more than sufficient. We don't want any kind of permissions or something like that right now. Let us see what it creates. Okay, blah 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 blah. Domain details, user profile, space management, environment. Okay. I think so. This has been changed a little bit, guys. Initially, it used to be just an Amazon instance itself, but I think so they have changed it a little bit. So instead of directly being able to put up SageMaker right over there, I have to create so many different things right now. This makes it a little bit difficult itself, but no issues. We don't have any option right over there. We will have to do it in such a way itself. Okay. Okay. So right over here, guys, on the left-hand side, as we're able to see Amazon SageMaker, there's a particular option right over here, guys, that is called as notebook. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to see this notebook, guys, on the left-hand side? Please let me know. This notebook option on the left-hand side, guys. We want to go into notebook instances. We want to go into notebook instances itself, and from there, we want to click on create notebook instance. We click on create notebook instance. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Once we click on that, guys, we'll have to provide it with a notebook name. So demo CC note Sage SageMaker. Okay. Next, we need to choose the we need to check the notebook instance type itself, guys. There are a lot of different instance type right over here, guys. We want to check the ML MLT2 medium, guys. MLT2 medium. This is one of the instances that is already for free, guys. So this is basically an EC2 instance that is there, that has been custom made for our Amazon SageMaker itself. It's custom made for our Amazon SageMaker. So below the Amazon SageMaker, there is still an EC2 like instance that is currently existing right over there, guys. And why we are selecting this particular instance is because this is free for us. This is in the free tier itself, guys. If you're selecting any other instance, it might cause us a lot of different problems that we don't want to suffer at a later point of time. If you want to know a little bit more about the notebook instance types itself, I'll just go into notebook instance type AWS. We'll just go right over here, guys. It will show us the different instance type itself that are available right over there, guys. So right over here, guys, as we are able to see, these are the different instance type that actually exists for us right over here. I'm just like increasing it. As you're able to see, the MLT3 medium is a general purpose one that has 2 CPUs and 4 gigs of RAM. Okay, 2 CPUs and 4 gigs of RAM itself, guys. Similar to that, we have 8 CPUs and 32 gigs of RAM as well. We are having 32 CPUs and 128 gigs of RAM. We are having 96 CPUs and 384 gigs of RAM as well. And if you actually scroll down below, there will be a lot more: 96 CPU and 768 instead of RAM, and many more, guys. So there is someone with GPUs as well. So right over here, guys, as you're able to see, this has 8 GPUs, 192 CPUs itself, 968 gigs of RAM, and so on and so forth. So there are multiple instances that are there, guys, that are very powerful instances, but we want to use the instances that is the much more easiest for us to use. Now, what is this Amazon SageMaker? Basically, it provides you an online platform where you are able to run your AI and ML code. Okay, where you are able to run your machine learning code itself online. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. If you are not able to find the MLT2 instance, guys, just click on it. And there's a search bar right over here. You can just search ml.t2.medium. Okay, as you're able to see, I've just searched for it. ml.t2. I can just click on MLT2 medium, and that is how I'll be able to select it, guys. What is an instance? So just like in buckets in S3, we learned that every instance of an S3 is called as a bucket itself. Similar to that for EC2, that is basically your one entire server itself, one entire server. Every server that you create for yourself to use, every instance is an English word. It is not something related to cloud computing itself. It's an English word itself. This is one instance of Deadpool, where there is one Deadpool right over here itself. So whenever you create a particular like server itself, it's called as an instance right over there, guys. So you are having a lot of different things itself, guys. Elastic interference will click it at none itself, guys. Platform identifier will keep up the default version itself. We don't want to change it. Okay. Right over here, guys, in the IAM role. Okay. So I've already told you guys the meaning of IAM on the very first day. Do you guys remember it? Please let me know. Do you guys remember it? What is the like full form of IAM, guys? Could you guys please let me know? Anybody who knows what is the full form of IAM, guys, please let me know. IAM, guys. Identity and access management. Very good. Identity and access management. That is the full form of IAM, guys. Identity and access management itself. Right over here, like I said, we want this particular instance of our SageMaker notebook to be able to connect to our S3 bucket as well, guys. We want it to connect to another instance, another S3 bucket, another service of AWS itself. So we need to access, like, what type of access should be provided to this particular SageMaker. So right over here, guys, we're going to create a new IAM role itself. As you're able to see, create a new IAM role and then select any S3 bucket, itself. Are you guys able to see? I just clicked on create a new IAM role itself, and then I'm selecting any S3 bucket, guys. And then I'll click on create role. So that will create a role for me right away here, guys. As you're able to see, it has created a new IAM role itself, wherein our current SageMaker will be able to communicate with an S3 bucket itself that it will create on its own itself, guys. Okay. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Once you do that, we will just click on create notebook instance. We'll just click on create notebook instance, guys. This will create the notebook instance for us. As we're able to see right over here, if we scroll down below, we are able to see that we have created a notebook instance right over there. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Now it is showing that the status is pending. That means we have just created it. Now it will need to allot us a server itself, right? MLT2 medium. It needs to allot us a server of that particular instance itself. It needs to initialize it. It needs to create an S3 bucket. It needs to connect us to that particular S3 bucket as well. So all these things are currently happening in the background. That is the reason why it is showing us as status pending. It is showing us as status pending itself, guys, because the status is actually pending right now. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? That the status is pending. So it usually takes 5 minutes to for it to start, guys. It usually takes 5 minutes for it to start. So in these 5 minutes, I'll be taking up your today's attendance, guys. Okay, because it is going to take us 5 minutes. So why to waste those 5 minutes, right? So today we'll have two attendances, guys. The first attendance I'll be taking up right now, and the second attendance at the end of the boot camp as well, guys. So we'll take up two attendances right now, guys. The reason for that is I don't want people who are not present live in the class to be able to get a certificate. It's as simple as that. So I'll take up the first attendance right now, guys. No issues. So in that time, it will initialize it as well, guys. So we'll be able to save a lot of time right for there. Okay. 4.A responses, link, send, link, shorten URL, copy, and I'll provide you guys with the attendance link. This is the first attendance link, guys. There are going to be two attendances today. The attendance link is going to be closed at 9:03, guys. We are going to continue with our class, guys. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 9:03. Please start filling up the attendance right now. Please start filling up the attendance right now itself, guys. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 9:03. There'll be two attendance link in today's class, guys. One right now, one at a later point of time. If you miss out on any of the attendance, you will not be able to get the certificates. Okay. In that time, the instance should also start for us, guys. At 9:03, the attendance thing will be closed. Please start filling up your attendance right now. I'll just refresh the page once. Actually, there was a button, but still, it is still showing pending, guys. So it will take us some time to initialize it. No issues in that. Till the time while you guys are filling up your attendance, I'll just scroll through my phone itself. Okay, Umair, no issues in that. Could you please let me know your name so that I'm able to cross-verify that once? What is the name that you used in your attendance? Could you please let me know, Umair Jamal, so that I'm able to cross-verify it? That why did the team not approach you? Could you please let me know? Umair, could you please let me know what is your name so that I'm able to verify it, guys? It's not option in the notebook, only T3 is there. Please search it. Okay, please search it itself. Okay, please search it. You should be able to see that. Even if you're not able to see, you can still use T3 as well. T3 is also available for free, so you don't have to worry about that. T3 is also available for free, guys, so you don't have to worry about that as well. So, Umair. Okay. David, that's a very good lookout itself. It looks like it was built with Django. So most of the websites that are actually built, they don't prefer to make it beautiful itself because there's no use. There's so many different pages. So mostly they focus upon the functionality of it itself. Okay. Samarth. Okay, Samarth, no issues in that. I'll take up your name as well, Samarth. I'll cross check it with my team once. Okay, do not worry about that. Tejaswini, that means you have not attended the day 8 of our class, guys. Tejaswini, if you are asking for Amazon and Google certificate, you haven't attended for day 8 of the class itself. Okay. Can you please tell us a little bit about the scope of jobs in the field of cloud computing? Pankti, you need to understand that if you're just learning cloud computing, there is no scope in any field itself. You're just learning front end, just learning back end, just learning cloud computing, just learning DevOps. There's no scope anywhere in the entire world. You have to learn full stack development with speciality in cloud computing. That is when you get very good jobs in cloud computing itself. Companies like Amazon, every single company, not just Amazon, every single company requires cloud computing right over there. But they will only hire full stack developers, not just like cloud computing experts itself. Okay. So for how long is EC2 and S3P? If you are using it by first creating it and then deleting it, then for lifetime it is free. If you are using the right tires itself, if you are within the free tire limit itself. Okay. What happens to the static website if you delete the bucket? It is gone. It is just gone. There's no static website after that. Okay. Joey, could you please let me know your name so that I'm able to check that with my team itself? Joey, could you please let me know your name so that I'm able to check that with my team? Okay, so the attendance time is over, guys. The attendance is now closed. Shall we continue with our class, guys? Shall we continue with our class? Please let me know. Neha, like I've already told, so everybody who are asking for the backend development bootcamps, I'm hoping that the Microsoft and the DevTown certificates have been made available to you. And if you are still not able to find them, please check your spam email itself. You should be able to see it right over there. Secondly, I want you guys to understand the second particular part that for the Google and the Amazon certificate for backend web development bootcamp that happened, it's going to be sent by tomorrow morning. I've told you guys that by 5th, you'll be able to get it. So it's not 5th, it is still 4th. So if that means you are not listening to me when I was taking up the classes itself, if you don't even know when the certificates are going to come to you, if that's the case, I should just like make sure that you are not getting your certificates because you are not listening to me right over there. Please don't do this. When you are attending the class, listen to my classes very carefully. Otherwise, these type of questions will always come to you. Okay. Okay, great guys, awesome. So let's continue with our class, guys. Once again, right over here, guys. We'll just wait for 2 more minutes. Okay, one more thing, guys. So the first attendance is of no use. We are going to consider that attendance as null and void itself. There is zero value of the first attendance that I've taken up today. Please listen to me very carefully itself. Right now, I'm telling you guys, the first attendance that I've just taken up has zero value to it right now. I'll be taking up the attendance once again in the middle of the class because some of the students have escaped from class itself. So make sure that they are not able to get their certificates. Okay, so let's start with our class, guys. Right over here, let us go to our notebook instance itself. Right over here, as you're able to see, now the status is coming to us as in service, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to see this, guys? Please let me know. The status is coming to us as in service itself, guys. That means it is now ready to work with us. We are ready to work with it, guys. So click on this particular demo CC node SageMaker itself. We'll just click on that. It will open this up for us. As you're able to see, there are a lot of different options coming to us right over here. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. There's a lot of different options that are coming to us itself, guys. We're going to click on Open Jupyter. We're going to click on Open Jupyter, guys. Are you guys able to see this? We're going to click on Open Jupyter itself, guys. We'll click on that. It will open that particular instance as a notebook instance instead of Jupyter. So Jupyter is again a software. Think about it as a software that basically helps you run or manage IP by NB files. Okay, or P by files as well. So what do you mean by IP by NB files? It is a like think about it as a code editor itself, wherein you are able to write Python code as well as document it very very easily. It is a very popular type of file system that is there within data analysts and data scientists. So in the field of data science, that is artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, this is one of the most used type of files that exist, because you are able to document it as well as you are able to write your code inside of it itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Great, guys. Awesome. So click on right over here, guys. We'll go into new and we'll click on Conda Python 3, guys. We'll click on Conda Python 3. There are a lot of different options available to us, guys, but we are going to choose Conda Python 3 right over here, guys. That will open up the notebook for us that we are going to write our code in, as you're able to see. So this is the notebook that we are going to utilize right over here, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. If we go back into our home itself, you will be able to see the file that we have just created, guys. Okay. We are able to see the files right over here, guys. And untitled IPynb file, that is the file that we created. And this is the file right over here, guys. This is where we are going to write our code. Now the code, I have already created it. I'm going to provide the access to this code to you guys tomorrow. Okay, so in tomorrow's class, in the description of the video itself, you will be able to find the notes as well that I'm going to use today. But for today, I've already created the notes itself, guys. I already created the code. So I'm just going to copy paste it, because we are not here to learn deep learning. We are here to learn how to integrate AI with web development itself, guys. So I'm just going to copy paste the code from here, guys. Give me a second. We'll go back and we'll copy paste the file code right over here. Paste. So as you're able to see, I've copy pasted the code itself, guys, directly. Okay, are you guys able to see this? Please let me know, guys. So what does this particular code does is that it basically creates, okay, it is a very simple piece of code, guys. I'll just tell you what it does actually. So there are a lot of, so AI and ML, there are a lot of different libraries that are involved right over there. It basically like downloads all the libraries. It defines the environment variables that we are going to use right over there, guys. It prepares the data. So whatever data that we are going to use, it is going to prepare that for us, guys. So just run this particular code, guys. To run it, you can either click on this particular run button, guys, on the top. You can just click on run button, or you can do shift enter, guys. You can do shift enter. Okay, shift plus enter, guys. That will start running it, as you're able to see right over here. It is currently running it itself, guys. So that is the reason why we are getting a star right over there. Okay, and again, guys, for the certificates, you guys are currently attending this boot camp. Without completing this boot camp, how can I give you the certificate itself? Whatever I told about the certificates was for the students of the past boot camp itself that has been over. First, complete this boot camp to get your certificates. Right now itself, in the middle of the boot camp, you want your certificates without even completing it. How is that even possible? Think about it. So guys, it is very important that it's very good that you're coming here learning art, like cloud computing and all this kind of stuff itself. But this is not okay if you don't have IQ. A little bit of IQ should be there as well. No matter how great programmer you become, if you are not able to understand simple things, like when somebody is talking, the name of the bootcamp that is saying is not matching to the name of the bootcamp that you're currently attending. He's saying that for somebody else, not for you. Right? Think about it in basic manner itself. Okay, so getting an error right over here, cannot import CSV serializer from blah 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 blah. Let us see what is the problem right over here. Let us control C and control V. Just check this up. Okay, cannot import name CSV serializer. We are getting this particular problem right over here, guys. Ran the same thing, blah blah blah. Imported by default. Okay, so just copy this. We'll paste it inside of our code itself. We'll have to restart the kernel after that. No issues. We'll just do that. We'll put up a shell right over here, guys. Paste it. We'll run this right over here. Successfully built SageMaker. Okay, we have to restart our kernel. Let's restart the kernel itself. Restart. Okay, so we have restarted our kernel. I hope so. It should work fine for us. Take that. Hey, we are getting another SageMaker and no attribute image URIS. Okay, I think so. I had to do it opposite. Like, let me restart the kernel. Kernel created, connected. Let us run this first. Okay, we are getting another attribute error itself. A lot of error with this. Let me see why is that error coming up. Container SageMaker.image URIS retrieve blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. Module SageMaker has no attribute image URIS. Let's check that. Okay, let us try to run this. Let us see if this works for us. If dependency resolved is not likely to take in account for all the packages that are installed, this behavior likely to source dependent conflicts, blah 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 blah, which is successfully installed, blah 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 blah. Okay. I think so. We'll have to restart the kernel once again. Let us try to run this again. Okay, no attribute, no issues. Restart, restart. Let us run this once again. Try to run this once again. Mhm. Getting the same error again and again. This should have worked. I think so. There's some problem with this. Let us try to figure this out. Image URL. Okay, so here we are able to see that it exists right over there. Control F. Image URS. Have we made any kind of spelling mistake right over there? It shouldn't be the case. This looks fine. What is the current version of SageMaker? I think so. We'll have to update our SageMaker itself. That is the problem that I'm able to see right over here. SageMaker is not updated, I guess, because this is showing as the SageMaker current version that I'm able to see right over here is of 2.1.7. But here, if I go and I'm seeing the version of SageMaker right over there, it is 1.7.2. Honda Python 3 should have come with the latest version of SageMaker. Why is it coming as the previous version? Hmm, let's use hyphen upgrade. Okay, so the SageMaker has been updated right over here. Updated the SageMaker to the latest version, I guess. So this is coming up to be 2.174. I think so. That is the latest version of SageMaker that is there. I think so. We'll have to restart the kernel once again itself. And I'll have to run this twice. Cannot import CSV serialization from Amazon Predict. Okay, CSV serializer. Why is this not getting imported right now? Let us check that up. Think so that has been changed for us. That is the reason why it is not getting. So instead of using serializer, I think so we'll have to use predictor itself. That is the reason why it is not working right over there. Okay, so let us take a predictor itself instead of the code rather than doing that. See without predictor. Okay, that is a new thing. So this should work right now. Okay, so it's working right now. So guys, as we are able to see right over here, right now, even though I had all the code written right over there, it never works properly at any particular point of time. And this is how you basically write your code. Sometimes you get errors, you Google it up, you try to figure out what is the problem that is happening right over there. So for us, the reason why the problem was existing is because the instance of SageMaker that was created for us right over here was of an older dependency itself. So instead of having the latest version of SageMaker, we were actually having the 1.7 version. The latest version is 2 point, I think so. That is so we had 1.72. That was the older version of SageMaker, which we converted into the latest version that is 2.174. And because the particular part of SageMaker was using the older version, which didn't had the CSV serializer itself, we had to use predictor right over here so that our code is working absolutely fine. Like I said, guys, while coding, debugging is also a part of it. You have to do it whether you like it or not, otherwise, it is not going to work right over there itself. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. I will be providing you with the right code itself at the end, so you don't have to worry. You will not have to do all this. I will have to because I don't have an option. So, but nevertheless, I'll be providing you guys with the right code itself, with the latest versions and all the changes that you have to do properly itself. Okay, for me, I have to make these changes right now because the code is of an older version, guys. We are converting it right now to the latest version. So a lot of different errors will be coming to us throughout the entire code itself. But we will have to do that. We don't have an option right over there. Okay. So, like I said, you don't have to understand it. What you need to understand is that what I did right over here is called as debugging your code. Whenever you run a code, you get an error, you search what is that error, why is that error coming, you try to understand and you try to change parts of your code based on what you have learned from the internet. And this process is called as debugging, which is the most important thing while coding because you can't be 100% right. Everybody has to Google it at some particular point of time itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Okay. The next minute code that we will be taking up is to create our own bucket itself, guys. So for doing that, we are going to name it as a bucket itself. Okay. Right over here, guys, we are going to paste it right over here. This is the new thing itself. Now we need to change this into our S3 bucket name. So I'll name it as demo S3 Sage Maker example itself. So I'm renaming the bucket as demo S3 SageMaker example itself because I need to do that. My if my region, so I need to check my region as well. So I think so I will be able to see the region from right over here. We're using the US East 1 region, guys. We are using the US East 1 region. Okay, we need to copy paste this down below to change our region as well. We'll go down below and we'll change our region to what has been listed above, because that is so. Again, try to understand this, guys, that what is this region? Okay, so you have a lot of, so these servers you're getting a MLT3 instance, medium instance itself, right? So this is basically a server. This is the code name for a server itself. Where is that server currently located at? That is what is being asked right over here. What is the region in which your server basically exists? We want our S3 bucket to be as close to that region itself so that it is working absolutely fine in harmonicity itself. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand what is a region? Like I said, there are multiple regions. There's Tokyo region, there is then India region as well, there is US region, UK region. So there are multiple regions where you are having data centers of Amazon, like spaces which are having millions of servers inside of it. So where is your server located at? Where is your ML.P3 medium version located at, guys? So that is basically in US East 1 that has been printed above, guys. So instead of taking up another region, I'm just taking up the same region itself. As you're able to see that the SageMaker instance is in the US East 1 region itself. Okay. And in the same region, I'm creating my S3 bucket as well, guys. So I will keep it as the same. Let us see if it works or not. Otherwise, if it is not working, we'll try to understand why is it not working. So we're getting the option right over here, guys. Okay. You're having S3 bucket created successfully. Okay. S3 bucket created successfully itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to see this? We have created the S3 bucket successfully itself, guys, right over here. Once I've created the S3 bucket, the next particular part is to like go over the next part of code itself. So we'll take up the next code itself, guys, from right over there. Now, what we want to do is whatever data, okay, your machine learning model that you will be creating needs to learn from some data itself, right? It cannot come out of thin air. It needs to learn on some data. So that data, we are going to load it for ourselves itself, and then we are going to load that data into a particular S3 bucket itself. So our S3 bucket is going to contain the data for us. Our S3 bucket is going to contain that data for us, guys. That is what we want to do. Whatever data that we want it to be present inside of the S3 bucket. That is what we want to do right now. So we'll go right over here, guys. We'll paste up the code right over here. Okay, and then we'll try to run it. I hope so that this is not wrong. Let me just check it right now itself. Okay, okay. Let me just go through the code once so that it is working absolutely fine. Okay, so we'll run this particular code as well, guys. Download successful, data loaded into the data frame. Everything is successful right over here, guys. Now, you don't need to understand the code, guys. You don't need to understand the code. That is not the part of you guys. Your aim is to understand one thing, that we are integrating multiple technologies together. Your part of understanding was how to create a notebook, how to link that notebook to an S3 bucket that we did while creating the notebook itself. Now, whatever code that we are putting up right over here, I'm going to provide you with that code. You don't need to understand that code because you don't know machine learning itself. And that is the point that I'm trying to explain it to you guys. Just learning cloud computing isn't sufficient, because what are you learning? Just creating a particular notebook, right? But how to use it properly, for that you need to learn data science. For that you need to learn full stack. For that you need to learn front end, back end itself. But because you don't know it, the most that I can do for you is provide you with the code that you can directly run to create your project itself. That is the most that I can do right now, right? So once we paste this particular code right over here, guys, let us check if everything is working fine or not. So this also code worked absolutely fine for us. We'll go to the next particular code, guys. That is to train the machine learning model itself. So we'll try to train the machine learning model right over here. I hope this works for us. So that's also worked perfectly for us itself. Now we need to create our XG boost itself right over there, guys. So XG boost is very important. Again, all these are basically code for machine learning. So if you don't know machine learning, it is going to be very difficult for you guys to understand it. But that is not the aim of this bootcamp, right? Your aim is something different. Okay, so now that we have trained the ML model itself, the next thing is this creating this session for it. Okay, run this. It's creating a job, starting the training job. So right now the training for, so we provided the model, we created a model, we provided it with the data that is present in our S3 bucket itself, which we connected with our EC2 instance. And whatever training is happening, whatever learning is happening by the machine learning model, whatever computational power that it is utilizing is from our MLT3 instance. That instance that we created, that is basically what? A server itself. What is a server? A computer itself, which connects, which has a CPU, which has a GPU, which has a RAM inside of it, and all the training, all the computation that is utilizing for training the model on the data set is on that server itself. Is on that server itself. So right now the training is actually happening. Right now we are actually training the model itself, guys, and this model is being trained right over here, and it is doing it live itself in front of you. As you're able to see, it is showing training, starting the training job. Okay, starting the training job itself. So it is currently training it on that, preparing the instance for training. Right now, it is preparing our instance, our MLT3 instance itself for training itself. Everything is happening on the cloud. It is not happening on my computer. I'm not even writing my code on my computer itself. This Jupyter notebook where we are writing our code as well is just a front end into our server itself. It's just a front end into our server itself, guys. Okay, if you to understand this, please let me know. Guys, for those who are thinking that the class is like enough for today or something like that, you guys can please leave my class immediately. I don't want you in my class. Anybody found writing that, I'll make sure he's not getting any certificates. You want to learn here, you are very welcome to learn. Whatever questions you are having, I will try my level best to explain it to you guys. But we're here just for the certificates, just for attendance, or just for talking shit. You're not a part of my community. For me, you are not a person that I have any kind of attraction towards. I want the other students who are here to sit here, learn here, try to understand stuff. These are the kids that I want to cater to. I'll help them out with everything that is there. But for the others, I'm not even going to pay attention to you guys. Okay, you guys want to be here, you don't want to be here. I'm going to guarantee you one thing: you're not going to get your certificates. That is the guarantee from my end. Now, please do not come to the later point of bootcamp saying, "Sir, I didn't get my certificates." I'm telling you right now itself that you're not going to get any certificates from my end. Okay. Okay, guys. So everything is happening. Of course, it will be a little bit slower for us, guys, because the server that we have, MLT3 medium itself, or MLT2 medium, is a very small server. It has only two cores to it. A normal computer as well, any normal computer that you will be taking up will at least have four cores to it, guys. But because it is free, we don't have any option. So it is going to be a little bit slow for us, guys. And we'll just wait for it to complete its training. Okay, what is meant by preparing the instance for training? So because some data is going to be utilized right over there, and the training will be happening on the data. What do you understand by training? Basically, our model, our ML model, is going to go over through the data and try to learn something from it. Think about it like giving a book of question and answers to a student itself. That here is a guidebook. These are all the questions and answers that are going to come in the exam itself. Learn from it. So it will start learning right over there, right? The same thing is happening right over here as well. On this instance, the particular, it is making the instance, it is making the server ready so that the ML model is able to learn from the data right over there, guys. Okay. As you're able to see, guys, it is actually printing every epoch that is happening right over there of what it has been able to learn, guys. So uploading generated training model. So whatever model has been trained, it will now be uploaded and will be sent back to us, guys. It will be sent back to us so that we are able to use it in the future, guys. Can we do it on Google Colab? Absolutely, yes. You can actually do it on Google Colab as well. But the problem with Google Colab will be that you will not be able to learn AWS. Our aim is not to learn ML right over here. Our aim is to learn how to use machine learning on AWS and how to connect it with S3 bucket. That is our aim. Our aim is to learn cloud computing, not machine learning. For that, we'll have another boot camp as well, guys, right? So now we have been able to train our entire model right over here. As we are able to see, we have trained our entire model right over here, guys. It has showed us that it took 112 seconds to train our entire model. Actually, it will be a little bit more than that, guys, but because it is only considering the fact from the point where the actual training started, not from the point where it is initializing the background for training and all that. So for us, that is the case, guys. The next thing that will be taking up the next piece of code, guys, that is going to be deploying the model, that is going to be predicting whether it is working absolutely fine or not. So If the model worked fine or not, we'll just check that. Let's hope that it works. So right over here, we'll create the endpoint itself. So why is it downloading training image data? Because the image data is on. So whatever it is learning from is present on our S3 bucket, guys. Does not present on our EC2 instance. Please try to understand this. Think about the S3 bucket as a hard disk. On your hard disk, you are having all the data that you have to read back into the computer to use it, right? That is basically what is happening right over there. Because S3 buckets can contain a lot of data for you. But if you're directly using it inside of your ML EC2 instance itself, it does not has that much source storage capacity. So you will have to, it will cost you a lot. So why are we connecting our EC2 instance with our S3 bucket? You need to understand that. So if you are just using an EC2 instance, it does not has a lot of storage. So even if you need storage, you will have to buy a very big EC2 instance. You'll have to buy a very big server itself, and that is going to cost you a lot. So right over here, what you are doing is you wanted a space for just data. You put your data on your S3 bucket itself. You take up a small server in which you want to do your training, and then you connect both of them together. That is the reason why these integrations are so important. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. So many of you guys are saying that I'm not able to see anything. So for those people who are living under a rock for the past 20 years of their life itself, I will help you guys out. I know you are all Patricks right over there with SpongeBob SquarePants living under a rock right over there. So I'll help you guys out that if you are not able to see the screen clearly, because like I said, I have the entire video opened up in front of me and I'm able to see everything very clearly itself. So I'm able to understand that maybe you don't know how to use YouTube. You're using YouTube for the very first time in your life itself. So let me help you out with that. On your YouTube video, on the top right corner, you will be able to see a gear-like icon itself. You can click on the quality, go into the advanced section itself, and increase the video quality to 720p. And from that, you will be able to see all the code on my screen very clearly because I am able to do that. So I cross-verify everything that you guys are saying. It's not as if like I'm sitting here without any help, right? I'm able to see what is happening right over here as well. Like I said, guys, for those who are living under a rock, this is how you use YouTube up till this point of time. Okay, so it is going to take us a little bit time, guys. It is currently creating the endpoint for us, so that is going to happen. No, it's fine. We are able to understand that some of the people might have not YouTube. I have no idea how that happens, but might have not used YouTube in their entire life. This is the first boot camp. This is the first class they're attending. This is the first video that they are watching on YouTube. They must have downloaded YouTube just yesterday itself. So we need to help them out as well, right? And they want to learn computer science. Nice. Guys, you need to increase your IQ a little bit. That is my concern with learning computer science. Computer science is not about, oh, there's so much to learn and everything. This can be learned. This is very easy. But not knowing how to open up your spam emails, not knowing how to increase the quality of a video itself, if how are you planning to learn cloud computing? I'm not able to understand. So guys, it is taking a quite some while right over here to put that up, guys. I think so. It's going to take us a long period of time to do that. Nevertheless, guys, we don't have any other option right over there, guys. So we will have to sit further and wait for it to work. So what is this endpoint? Let us like okay, it's done. Like as soon as I said that it is going to take us some time, it was like okay, now we are done. Now what to do? Okay, so let us try to understand what happened right over here, guys. So your Jupyter notebook, please try to understand this. Your Jupyter notebook is present on top of your EC2 instance. Okay, the ML instance that you created, it is present on top of it. So whatever model that got created is currently present on our EC2 instance, guys. Is present on our EC2 instance itself. That model, okay. Think about it as a. So have you guys heard about that meme, right? Rahul Gandhi wala meme, in which he said that from one end you put up potatoes and from the other end you get gold out of that machine. Think about it as a similar machine itself. From one end you put in data, from the other end you get a prediction that okay, this is the answer. That is what machine learning model is currently doing. Now that answer that we want it inside of a Jupyter notebook, not inside of an EC2 instance itself. Okay, we want it inside of a Jupyter notebook, not on our EC2 instance. So what we have told right over here to via Python code itself is to create a particular SageMaker endpoint itself, guys. Okay, to create a SageMaker endpoint, and this endpoint is which is available to you guys on Jupyter, where you are going to hit it to get an answer. Okay, you give a particular question to it, it will give an answer back to you. So you don't have to access the EC2 instance anymore. You can just get the answers directly from your EC2 instance itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Because every time you're accessing the EC2 instance directly, you're actually wasting computational resource as well. It is going to bill you. It is going to bill you right over there. So what we've done is we have just created an endpoint. We'll give you a question, you give me the answer. I'll give you a question, you'll give me the answer. I don't want my EC2 instance to be running at the complete time itself. Okay, so that is something that you are able to see. We have created another instance, ML M4X large. Okay, this is the instance that we have created, which basically contains our endpoint itself. So we don't have to access our very costly servers itself, guys. Okay, so these are some of the stuff that you will get to understand with time itself. It's not something that you will be able to understand in one go, but it is very important for us, guys. Let us try to see if this code works for us or not. Let's hope that it works. Okay, it worked. Okay, thank you so much. And then we'll go into our evaluation of the model itself. So as you're able to see, the classification rate is 89.5%. This means whatever model that we created is a 98.5% accurate. It is 98.5% accurate, almost 90% accurate itself. That is the accuracy rate of our model. Are you guys able to see this? Are you guys able to see this? What is the accuracy rate of our model itself, guys? Now the main thing comes, that is, we have done our project, we have created everything, we created a model on our EC2 instance itself, on our SageMaker itself. We learned EC2 instance, we learned SageMaker, we learned how to connect it with S3. We have done our project, we got a particular ML model that is able to give us 89% of ratio as well. Now what we need to do is, we need to delete everything, guys. What we need to do is, we need to delete everything, so we are not getting any kind of billing at a later point of time, guys. That is the most important part. Creating it, putting up code, you just have to copy the code that I'll be giving you guys tomorrow, so you don't have to worry about it. The main part is deleting everything, guys. The first thing that we need to delete is the endpoint. Okay, the first thing that we want to delete is the endpoint, guys. Deleting the endpoint with Python is very simple right over here, guys. Whatever the endpoint was, delete endpoint config is equals to true. So first we need to delete the endpoint itself that we created to hit it with our question and get the answer out of it, right? The first thing that we need to do is we need to delete our endpoint itself. So as you're able to see, we have deleted the endpoint. Okay. The next thing that we need to do is we need to delete our buckets. Okay, we need to delete our buckets itself, guys. So we'll just copy paste this little code itself. So all this code as well, I'll be providing it to you guys tomorrow. All this code as well, I'll be providing you guys right over here tomorrow itself. So whatever S3 bucket that we created, okay, that is going to get deleted, including all the objects that it contains as well, guys. So we'll be deleting everything right over here. Okay, we'll be deleting everything right over here present inside of our bucket as well, guys. We'll run this. As you're able to see, all the objects present, that is the data for training, guys. That is the data for training the ML model that was present inside of it. That will be deleted from right over here. So this is everything that has come up right over there, guys, what it has deleted. So yeah, the deletion has been completed. Now the next thing that we need to delete is the SageMaker notebook itself, guys. Okay, the next thing that we need to delete is the SageMaker notebook. Now here we have just deleted the objects, guys. Okay, here we have just deleted the objects present in the S3. Now the S3 bucket that was created is actually linked to our notebook instance itself, guys. Okay, our S3 bucket that has been created is actually linked to our notebook itself, guys. So we need to just delete the notebook. It will automatically delete the S3 as well. Here we have just deleted the objects, everything present inside the S3 bucket. If we delete up the notebook, it will delete up the S3 as well, guys. So we'll go back, we'll close this. We don't require it anymore. Leave. Okay, we'll go back to our notebook itself right over here. The first thing that we need to do is we need to stop our notebook, guys. What if we don't delete it? It will continuously run in the background. It will bill you at a later point of time. See, with cloud computing, optimizing your cloud is very important. Learning these small things are very simple. Now, if you don't know how to create endpoints itself, you don't know what is an endpoint, then there's no point, right? Because that is what is saving you a lot of money in the long run. If you don't know how to delete it, that what is the point? If you don't delete that, then it is going to run for the entirety of its life. It's going to cost you a lot. You don't want cost associated right over there, guys. First, we'll be stopping our demo CC SageMaker, guys. The first thing that we'll be doing is we'll be stopping our demo CC SageMaker. Okay, click on stop. Okay, we'll go back to our notebook instances itself. As you're able to see, the status is showing as stopping. Okay, the status is showing as stopping. So it will take us some time to stop it. Once it's stopped, when it will show that it is right now stopped, we need to just select it, click on actions and click on delete. Okay, so once it is stopped, that is the process that we have to do. We want to select it, we want to go into actions and click on delete itself. That is how you will be able to delete the entire notebook itself, and it will not cost you anything. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Right now, we just want to practice stuff. So we don't want any kind of costing associated with it, guys. So first we'll stop it. Okay, we need to stop it first. Then we'll need to select it. We need to go into actions, and then we need to delete it itself. We'll delete the instance, notebook instance for us, and then we can continue further itself. Okay. Can we monitor how much time our instance took? Absolutely yes. In your account section itself, in your billables itself, you will be able to see how much time did your notebook took. It is very simple right over there, guys. Okay, it is still going on. Status is still showing as stopping. So in the meanwhile, guys, while the status is showing as stopping, I'll give you guys the second attendance for today. Okay, while the instance is showing as stopping, I'll give you guys the second instance of today. Just delete it. Whenever you create that, do not forget to delete it. Just stopping it isn't sufficient. Delete it as well, guys. Okay. So right over here, let us put up the second attendance for today's class. Response, link, send, link, shorten, copy. And the link will be open. Okay, still showing stopping itself. The link will be open till 9:48, guys. After 9:48, I'll be closing the link. After 9:48, I'll be closing the link, guys. So please make sure that you are able to fill up your attendance before that. At 9:48, I'll be stopping the attendance, guys. So please make sure that you are able to fill this before that. It's a 9:48, guys. 9:48. Okay. Please fill the attendance before that itself, guys. Class is over. You guys can leave the class as well if it's fine. Okay, I'll just stop it at a later point of time itself because it is going to. Okay, it has stopped. So right over here, guys, as you're able to see, the status is stopped. We'll just click on select and we'll just delete it from right over here, and that will just delete it, I guess. So as you're able to see, the status is showing as deleting. After some time, it will just delete that as well. Okay. Like I said, guys, please do fill up your attendance properly at 9:48. The attendance thing will be closed. We'll be meeting tomorrow at the same time and we'll be continuing from right over there. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, guys. Bye, guys. Bye.